Our first position is number 1, Ms. Beasley.
All right, Mr. Beasley, good afternoon. I'm Judge Melanie Williams. Your case is 24 CR 001513A. You're charged with battery, family violence. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Hart, can I have that history, please?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. It's Siobhan Ferguson for the state.
Oh, hold on. Mr. Howard's gonna give us the history first. If
Oh,
you're
I'm sorry.
talking, Mr. Howard, we can't hear you.
I ain't saying nothing. Fifth arrest,
Oh,
2023 DUI, 2017
okay.
DUI, 2014 alcohol possession dismissed. That's all.
Okay.
This was level
Okay.
3, if you give me your mind.
Level 3. Okay. Now, Ms. Ferguson, I'm ready for you. Please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just a few facts for the record. On March 29th, about 5:36 p.m., Mr. Breedlove advised the police that he had argued with the defendant, his partner, who he lives with, about his drinking. The defendant struck Mr. Breedlove with his fist, causing visible bruises to his face, which the officer observed. We are recommending a $2,500 surety bond, a stay away from the Habersham Apartments, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, alcohol eval and treatment, no further contact with the victim, and 1-day anger management.
Okay. Mr. Breedlove, I see you on the Zoom conference. If you'd like to make a statement, please please unmute and raise your right hand. You are not required, however, to make a statement if you don't wish to.
I would like to speak, Judge. I do have my
Okay,
right.
but wait, you have to turn your camera on and raise your hand so I can place you under oath, all right?
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to do this here. What's the, can you?
Yes, I can hear you. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, wonderful. Put your hand out. I'm going to give you some instructions. This is a misdemeanor offense, and as a misdemeanor offense, the defendant is entitled to a bond today. So if you disagree with anything that Ms. Ferguson said, I'm not that concerned with that, as that may be discussed at other proceedings in the future. But what I am most concerned about is any concerns you have for your safety and any desire you have for contact with the defendant. In light of those instructions, Mr. Breedlove, what would you like to tell me?
I would like to tell you that I have no concerns about contact with David Beasley. This was a huge misunderstanding. I know you said those facts can come later, but I personally do not wish to pursue this, even though it's in the state's hands. And I don't want to do any type of no contact or anything with David. This is a huge misunderstanding.
I appreciate you coming to court and making that statement, Mr. Breedlove. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is it Mr. Pulliam who represents Mr. Beasley?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Pulliam, your recommendation? You just muted yourself. You were unmuted, then you hit the mute. I don't know what happened. Oh, you're gonna come back over here. That's fine. Just as long as we can hear you, we can see you in 2 places. All right, please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. So this is Mr. Beasley, Your Honor. We will be asking for a signature on bond for Mr. Beasley. It sounds like he does not have any violent history from the pretrial report. It also looks like there has been a couple of years since a last arrest. And so we'll be asking for a signature on bond. We also will be objecting to the alcohol evaluation and treatment that the state recommended, as well as the anger management the state recommended. Again, those sounds like sentences that would be imposed after a conviction. And as you know, at this particular stage, Mr. Beasley is entitled to his presumption of innocence, and he has not been convicted of anything. It also sounds like there may be some issues with a conviction down the line in this case. But Mr. Beasley does have a doctorate degree, Your Honor. He works as a physical therapist. He went to Augusta University. And so again, we'll be asking for a signature bond.
All right. And I had information before me, defendant will receive $5,000 signature bond at the recommended level 3 through pretrial. He is to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim. He is going to take the 1-day anger awareness course. He's going to be subject to random screens, and he's to have no alcohol, no drugs, and no weapons as a condition. Is there anything additional?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
All right. Best of luck to you, Mr. Beasley. That concludes your case.
Number 10 is next, Mr. McClary.
Okay. Has Ms. Chancey logged in? No. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Number 10. Okay, are you Michael McClary?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, your case is 24 CR 0014. I'm sorry, 1514A. You're charged with criminal trespass. You understand, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Second,
Mr. Howard.
second arrest, last arrest was 1992.
Okay. Please proceed, Ms. Ferguson.
Thank you, Judge. On the 28th, Mr. McClary threw away a flower arrangement belonging to his wife. Police were subsequently called and he was charged with criminal trespass. And I would like to sound for the victim, but our recommendation is a $2,500, $1,000 surety bond, no alcohol, drugs, and weapons, and no further contact with the victim. And a stay away order from the location.
Okay. Just to make sure I understand the facts as alleged, he went to a location he does not reside and threw away a flower arrangement. Or he was at a place he does reside?
Yes, he was. My apologies.
Okay. And his wife's name?
Is Monica McClary.
All right, is Ms. McClary on the line and wishes to make a statement? Because we're charged with a criminal trespass, she's not clearly a victim here, but we will still hear from her
Understood.
if she's present.
Hi, I'm
Is
present.
All right, Ms. McClary, would you like to make a statement? If so, please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. Again, if you disagree with what Ms. Ferguson said, I'm not really asking for you to, fill in the facts. You'll have an opportunity to do that later. What I am most concerned with is any concerns you have for your safety and desires for contact. So what would you like to tell me?
I am very concerned about my safety. Last night, we had a heated verbal exchange and he grabbed and ripped a necklace from
Your Honor,
my.
I'm going to object to this. This is going outside the scope of first appearance hearing. This is getting more to the facts of the case.
Okay, hold on. 1 second. Okay, Ms. McClary, hold on. I need to read one thing. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Again, I think I have some background from the advocate, Ms. McClary. So I'm going to ask you just to speak to whether or not you are afraid. You did tell me that, and I will hear a little bit about this, but please don't get too much into the facts. Okay, please continue.
Yes, I had to call the police twice last night. And this is not the first time I've called the police. He is verbally abusive. He has been physically abusive to me. I am very scared for my personal safety, as are our 2 children, as are his parents and my parents.
Objection, that's hearsay. Ms. McClary's the only person here.
Okay, we're gonna give her a little leeway today, Mr. Pulliam. Okay. All right, go ahead very briefly. So we know that you don't want any contact and you do have some concerns for your safety. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, yes. He set up video cameras in our bedroom. He's physically, sexually assaulted me without my knowledge or consent.
Objection, again, I think
I am concerned.
I think she
Okay.
made it clear that she has some concerns. The other stuff is,
Mr. Pulliam, your objections noted. I'm gonna give her a little string. Okay. Is there anything else, Ms. McClary, you'd like to tell me?
We're in the process of getting divorced. Our mediation is scheduled for May 29th. I would please ask that he, not have any contact with me or be back in the house until we can try to mediate our divorce on the 29th.
All right. I appreciate you coming to court to make that statement. All right, Mr. Pulliam, please proceed.
thank you, Your Honor. So this is Mr. McClary, Your Honor. Mr. McClary, does own a couple businesses, Your Honor. Again, it sounds like his previous arrest was more than 30 years ago. He does have a graduate's degree, no serious medical issues. We would be objecting to Mr. McClary not being allowed to return back to his residence. That is where he stays. Again, Your Honor, they're going through a divorce, and so it sounds like there may be some kind of tension. However, Mr. McClary has a right to be at that residence just as much as the complaining witness in this case, Ms. McClary. He also helps to take care of his two children, his two boys, Your Honor. And so we will be asking that, we will be objecting to any kind of stay away from that particular location, but we would also be requesting a signature on bond for this particular offense, Your Honor.
Okay. Defendant is going to receive a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. He is to have no contact with the alleged victim and stay away from that location. He can return one time with a member of law enforcement to get any necessary items. Additionally, he's to have no drugs, no alcohol, no weapons as a condition of that signature bond through pretrial. Is there anything additional?
And nothing from defense, Your Honor.
All right. Best of luck to you, sir. That concludes your case. Okay. Mr. Lewis, your case is 24 CR 0015160. You're charged with battery family violence. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Howard, can I have that history, please?
38. 2020 DUI, 2018 probation. 2018 trespass DV conviction. 2015 simple battery, 2 counts. Trespass, battery DV, cruelty in the third. All of those were convictions. 2014 violation of family violence order convictions. 2014 simple assault DV conviction. 2013 simple battery DV conviction. 2013 simple battery conviction. 2012
Okay.
simple battery DV conviction. I got one more.
That's okay.
07 afraid terrorist and threats conviction.
All right, understood. Okay, Ms. Ferguson, please proceed.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. So this incident occurred on July 4th, 2023. The victim is Kimberly Bowrun, advised that her husband, Mr. Lewis, had thrown a wooden chair at her, striking her in the face. She did have bruising that was observed by the officer. As you heard, there is some significant history of DV, battery, and criminal trespass. And so for that reason, we'll be recommending a $2,500 surety bond, stay away from the address, a no further contact, family violence intervention, and an anger management course. We are aware that Ms. Bowrun, she has made contact with our office. She is not afraid of the victim and is desirous of contact, but based on the extensive history and the likelihood of reoffense, we are still making our recommendation. And at this time, I'd like to sound for the victim.
And her name is Ms. Bowrun.
I have Kimberly Bowrun, Beaubrun.
All right, if Ms. Bowrun is present, wishes to make a statement, please turn on your camera and raise your right hand. You're muted.
Okay, can you hear me now?
All right, yes. Do you swear and affirm testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, the truth.
All right. All right, what would you like to tell me?
Well, it was just a minor altercation. I wish not to press no charges. I wish that he doesn't stay away from me because I do get seizures and he is my caregiver when I do get sick. So I do need someone in the house with me that and I don't have anybody here no family or no friends here, so he's the only person that I have. So I ask that the charges can be dropped. I know he has prior history, but not prior history between me and him. He's already been convicted for those charges, and I don't think that should affect him for the future moving forward. Like I said, it was a minor altercation, and I wish not to press any charges. And like I said, I do need someone in the house with me because I do have seizures, and when I do have seizures, they're ground seizures. So he's the only person I have here to help me out. And I
Okay.
do wish
Thank you.
about charges.
All right, thank you for coming to court. Mr. Pulliam?
Thank you, Your Honor. So this is Mr. Lewis, Your Honor. Mr. Lewis is 40 years old, Your Honor. And so we are asking for a signature on bond in this particular case, Your Honor. As you heard from the complaining witness in this case, she's not afraid from the victim. In fact, she does want contact with the victim. They have been married, from my understanding, for over 5 years. After speaking with Mr. Lewis, I also just want to point out, I'm not sure if it was mentioned, this alleged incident occurred July 4th of last year, Your Honor, and so there have been significant time, and there does not appear to be any other incidences that have taken place since then, because they have been in communication. And so we'll be asking for a signature on bond. We object to the family violence intervention program. Again, that's something that comes about with a conviction and a sentence. And would also object to the anger, the anger management, one-day anger management course. But again, we'll just be asking for a signature on bond. Mr. Lewis does currently work. He works for Steelcon as a grinder operator in Columbus, Georgia, Your Honor.
Okay. Defendant will receive a $4,500 surety bond. He's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim. He's additionally to have no alcohol, no drugs, and no weapons. And as a reminder, he'll be reset to state all purpose on the 11th of April.
That was
Is
a
there
surety
anything-
bond, Your Honor?
It is a surety bond. Is there anything additional?
What was that amount?
4,500.
Yes.